We're back, guys. Everyone's back. No one's left. Okay, we have an extra member this time too. We have Donkey, TK, Larry, and Larry's beard. Okay, so
Confused right now. I was like, who?
Yeah, I was like, what? Am I the extra member?
I mean that thing might as well be an extra person. Okay, it looks
Well,
like it's got a life of its own.
If you want to see the extra member, there is one down there.
That's
Anyways,
nothing to speak of. You don't. That's not something to speak about, Larry. Okay, we've talked about this before. It can't hurt you. Okay, it doesn't have thoughts or feelings. Just leave it alone.
No.
All right, so yeah, we're back, guys. And I don't know when you're gonna see this. Okay, as soon as Larry decides to finish editing and upload the episodes, you're gonna see it.
I edited an episode a week ago, uploaded it. TK, all he had to do was post it, and he didn't. So it's not up to me.
You can post it. I told you can post it.
I told you to post it, okay? Like, you are the owner of the channel. You know, that gotta mean something. I did the hard part. All you had to do was click post, and you didn't.
I told you to click the post. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So, who?
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 What?
What?
Why?
So you want someone else to, keep the ball rolling because you got nothing on your head? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying, Larry, what do you want to talk about today?
So put me under the bus. All right, cool.
What's
So
on your mind?
So I have a concern, a genuine concern. Is reading manga or manhwas considered as reading books?
Nope.
That was too quick, Donkey. Just give it a thought. Like, isn't it in the same realm? If you are like reading a fictional book, and if you're reading a manga, isn't it like similar? Like, where do you draw the line of books, right? Because
Books
like
indulge
imagination is at work.
Books indulge in your own imagination and own conclusion of what the writer is trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
But manga and comics present to you a visualization of what they want to say.
Yeah, but it okay. Well, I want to hear about TK. What do you think? Are they the same thing, or how similar they are?
I mean, they're definitely not the same thing. Manga is just comics. So I mean, it's you can call it reading, I guess, but it would be the same as reading subtitles while you're watching anime, I think. On the other side, light novels, that I can call that reading because there's a lot more reading you need to do.
So anything that helps you imagine, that lighten up your effort of imagining the world, makes it not reading. So for it to be reading a book, it needs to tickle your fancy bones of imagination.
I think it has to be a little bit more boring.
No, books are not boring. Like,
Not-
if you,
No, I
if
mean
you
if you're
find them
comparing
boring-
it. I mean if you're comparing it to like manga, yeah, it is. It's like this is like asking if watching a television show is the same as reading.
no, I feel like it depends on the book, because I have dipped my tiny toes in both of the worlds over the past 3-4 years. I don't find them that different. What I would say is that in a book you notice the small things more, but in a manga, especially in this time, you can speed through and read mangas a chapter in 5 minutes or 7 minutes, or some people maybe in 3 minutes, God knows. So you can speed through reading that and skim read and go past a lot. But when you're reading it, you actually take the world in, because it's like when you're reading Vagabond. I don't know if you have read Vagabond, but there are some panels that makes you pause and look at that artwork and, like gawk or be in awe, like damn. And that's what book does to you on every scenario, because they will tell you the leaves are moving this way, the leaves colors are this and that, and they will create the world with words. But as you read, you imagine that, and you visualize that world as if you just give 5 seconds or 10 seconds into watching a panel, just watching a panel or the artwork. And it depends on how you read it, but if you can, like, utilize that, then I feel like they're the same thing. And even though it helps you visualize it, it's like when you read a manga and you see the artwork, it's like the bits and pieces of the scene that are not there automatically plays in your head. So let's say it's a slashing whoosh, right? For myself, I kind of feel like I see the slash, even though it's just an artwork of saying slash. But when I read through it, I feel like in my imagination, I see the slash. And same as in the books, when they say slash, I would imagine that there's a, sword slashing through something. So that's why I feel like they're really similar, but to its own, like how you interpret or how you read or how fast. Because I feel like when you fast read something, you don't actually extract much value from it.
Yep.
That's my 2 cents. And the whole reason for this is because I've been reading manhwas, not even mangas, and I wanted to tell myself that I'm reading a book and feel better about myself.
So basically, all this is just to justify this difference that you cannot make, and you want to justify this, not
Yeah.
fact or lies. You just want to justify yourself.
Yeah.
With all that bullshit
I
you
want to
just
feel
said.
good about myself that I read books.
So you
I didn't
literally
read comics, okay? I read
fucking
books.
bought a fucking ticket to Canada, all the way from Bangladesh and all the way back to China and France, just to reach back Bangladesh to say that you read a book when you're actually reading a manga.
It's a big accomplishment for me to read a book. Like, for
No
some
one is-
people,
It's not a
it's
book.
not-
You can't call it a fucking book.
Shut up. I rambled I blabbered for 10 minutes now, probably,
Yeah, and it's
explaining
like it's
why
not
it's a
even
book.
fact based. It's like, what's your source, bro? The source is trust me, bro.
Trust me.
That's the source. It's how I feel. That's my source. Like, it's not the same level of reading. No fucking way. Like, in the book, you have to read everything. Like the scenery, the emotions, the immersion, everything is through words. Whereas in comics, it's a combination of both artwork and dialogue. But is this character dialogue? They don't put like a lot of like what a book would put in there, in the words or feelings or scenery. They just show that with artwork. So it's a combination of the both. And there is no fucking way in hell you can say that I read a book after reading a manhwa, which isn't even like, it's not even considered book. It's even less than that, because they're basically made for the digital platform. They're not even released on print, unlike manga. Manhwa is like exclusively released on that fucking website, the webtoon website.
I don't want to talk anymore about this. Let's move.
What the fuck?
Um,
What the fuck was that?
well, well, TK, to that I say, fuck you. Okay? How about that?
Okay, so we know that you're reading manhwa. What manhwa is this?
It's some
Uh,
hentai. It's definitely some hentai. Webtoons manhwa is all hentai.
It's either BL or
Stepmom,
you know,
what's BL?
boy love.
you know.
Okay, I don't even know what that is.
Because you just watch
Anyway,
it.
so I
But
read.
this is what happens when you don't read.
BL is the most fucking popular genre in manhwa, okay? The fangirls lap that shit up. They love that shit. They read so much BL.
Alright, we'll look into it. I read
What?
like Solo Leveling,
Okay.
the beginning after the end.
I don't know.
Uh,
I've never heard of that one.
it's like Musuge Tensei.
Oh, it's
Uh,
a isekai but manhwa?
Yeah, but it's better in the way that there's no pervertness and panties and boobies.
But I like that shit. That's my shit though. I
Well,
like the degeneracy.
yeah, but it was too much in Jobless Reincarnation. It was just a
No, it
bit,
wasn't. It was like the first 2 episodes.
bro. Even on the later part of the season, like his stepmom would bring him panties of her as gift.
Offerings, you mean?
Oh, that's not the stepmom. That's the maid. The maid who used to work at their house.
Yeah, who is sort of
She
like.
brought him the panties he used. Okay, that's actually a really fucking hilarious scene.
Oh my god.
Because okay, Donkey. So the story is
Okay,
this kid.
spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, but it's like a little detail. It's not a story spoiler thing or anything. So this kid, when growing up, he used to have a teacher come to his house, who would stay at his house and tutor him at home. And
Is the name Ruby?
is it Ruby?
No.
No, I don't think. I don't even remember the name.
Something with an R, maybe. Rosemary? Rose?
I don't fucking. It's Jobless Reincarnation. Have you ever seen that?
I think I watched that before.
Okay, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
but
one
let
of
me.
my favorite isekai. Probably, yeah. It's pretty good.
I mean, it's a isekai done well, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, he used to be tutored at home by this girl who used to be his teacher while growing up, and he stole a pair of panties one night from her room and used to fucking worship that shit like all the time, and used to keep that shit hidden. And apparently, the maid at their house, found out and always knew about it, but just never snitched to the parents or the teacher. And like years later, this guy meets the maid again, rescues her from some shit, and the maid is like, young master, I have something for you. I have a present. And what's the present? She fucking pulls out a treasure chest, like a fucking box, like a family heirloom box, opens it, and inside is those fucking teacher's panties. She's like, I kept it safe for you all these years. It was so fucking ridiculous, but that was fucking funny as well.
I kept it safe for you.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
think the funny part was his little sister knew and called him a pervert for keeping panties.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
did? She
like
did?
it was a whole scene like on that episode, whatever. Yeah, so like without the degeneracy, that's basically the beginning after the end. It's a pretty good manhwa to read. It's pretty good.
So what,
I
there's
would
no other girls? You're saying
no
there's
that
no
no
harm
that,
for my guy?
I somewhat there is an elf girl I think, and there's another
Hell yeah.
human. So there is like somewhat potential, but there is no like over the top shit. Okay.
You're saying that
Here
elf girl does not have giant titties.
uh, no, I don't think so. No.
Damn, what a waste.
What the fuck? DK, are you coming out of closet now?
That's what elf girls are known for, Donkey. What do you mean? Have you
No,
ever seen an elf girl in a like anime who doesn't have big titties?
yeah, I did, but I can't remember who. She's like a ranger. Like the elves in my head are all like bow wielding girls.
You're thinking about Lord of the Rings or something.
Well, yeah, I mean, even if it is, but I still stand corrected. Like, there's
Yeah.
no
No.
big boob.
I think I stand with TK here. Like I can't think of an elf girl without big tits. Like
Yeah, anime. I'm talking about anime exclusively.
yeah.
Okay, I'll find it and I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Or maybe
Yeah.
it's just our head filled with didn't see that way.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. Like I can't think of all I can think of is Frieren, that elf main character. She doesn't have big tits.
So what now?
That anime hasn't been released yet. The trailer has. It's a pretty good, interesting isekai. Yeah. Giyuk made a video about it. Have you seen it?
Nope.
So it's about like the basic isekai world, but the world starts when the hero's party defeated the demons or demon lord, and they come home as the honorable hero's party who has rescued the world pretty much or saved the world. And it's the aftermath of the battle and how life goes on and what happens after you have accomplished or after you have made it. Then what? And Frieren is an elf, so elf lives like I don't know 500 years, 1,000 years or whatnot, but humans don't.
Oh,
So
I think I've seen that trailer.
yeah, so basically it's her perspective of time and how she sees things against how human sees things and how our it I read like 3 chapters of the manga, and it's a show that makes you reflect on the characters and the world along with yourself. So it makes you reflect on yourselves and as well.
Yeah, it's it's like one of those sad shows. It's basically gonna be about this elf's journey where she lives like forever basically, and she just goes around and sees all these people that she used to know in their youth, the ideals and the ambitions they had and shit, and what happens to them like after they reach them, or you know after they're at their old age basically, either they have reached those ambitions or not, and what happens to them, to people like that. And it's basically like a third person view into the human life.
Yeah. On the second, it's kind of a spoiler, but not really. So in the second or third chapter, like we first meet the hero's party, and there's this one priest who drinks all the time, and she calls him like what like something like oh my god, I forgot the word, like damn priest or something, or a wasted priest or something like that. Like she
Drunk
insults him
priest?
because yeah, something along the lines, like because he drinks and a priest is not supposed to drink, I guess. So this priest is like, I have been drinking for all my life, I don't have much to live, but that's okay. At least I'll go to heaven sooner. And he plays it off very cool. Then later on, 20 years later, when he's like really old, he's trying to find revival books and reincarnation and stuff like that, because he's so afraid of death and he doesn't want to die. And it's his struggle to live on and trying to live on somehow. And his friend Frieren, who is an elf, who's obviously going to outlive him, seeing that how much her friend wants to live but can't because time catches up, and how much he's afraid to die, just as anybody else. Like, even if he was in the hero's party, he was a brave person and faced death every day. Still, when his time came, he tried everything in his power to try to live one more day.
Well, that's how people are. Especially a priest, you know. I mean, who knows how many
Yeah.
boys he's touched.
Like, it's
no
kind of
wonder he's
dark
gonna be
because
afraid of dying.
yeah, I found it pretty interesting because it's kind of dark. A priest is not supposed to be looking for reincarnation or resurrection or stuff in that realm because it's taboo. But when death comes knocking in the door, you try everything to live long.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, but I think I know why Donkey knows elves without big titties
What?
and we don't, because he doesn't like titties. He's not a titty guy.
I'm not.
You told me this. We talked about it on the fucking pod. I'm pretty sure. You're like, I don't care about them. I don't care about tits.
Oh, I think I don't.
Exactly.
So you're an ass guy? Like, as long as they have a good ass, it's all good?
It's
I
not
think
even
I'm more,
ass.
yeah, I'm more of a face person.
Yeah.
Face and the overall vibe of the person. Like, if you're pretty but you're not fun, and it just defeats the purpose of the whole. You just get a hard on looking at this person, but there's no outcome of it. But if you have someone who's like hot and you find it hot, and who's able to match your who has a personality and a character, then well, yeah, it brings that face value to a different value.
The hot personality, you know.
Yeah, like wild, Oh, I'm stuck, mummy.
Now
I mean-
it makes us look bad that we are into boobs and ass, like, and this guy's like all about personality. Like, oh my god.
Well, I mean, it's about you should know. Like, it's about time that you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's about two things: personality.
I cared about personality, and look where it got me. So, fuck that. All into boobs and ass now.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't really say much. I mean, I've been to boobs and ass. Look where it's got me, you bitch.
Look where it's gotten all of us. Okay.
No, fuck you, TK. Fuck you. You have no right to
Don't
say that.
fucking try to be in
Yeah.
this group, bitch.
Yeah.
You don't belong here.
Go away.
Why can't
Fuck
I
you
be
and
a
your
part of the
You
group?
Fuck you and your happiness. Fuck you and your happiness.
Why?
Fuck you, TK. Go away. Leave our zone alone.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Why can't I join the group? What?
Shut the
Because-
fuck up.
Yeah, fuck you.
Be
Para
glad
pute.
that you're not in this group, okay? Just take that as a win. And leave it that way.
Wait, why are you roasting?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why? Where did that roast come from? What the fuck?
He
What the
doesn't
fuck?
care. He doesn't care
Like-
anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck me, just
Yeah,
fuck me and get it over with.
Larry is like that jaded little slut at the pub that you see at the end of the night when everyone is gone and you can't find someone to fuck, and he's just like, yeah, just get it over and done with. You have ass, you have boobs, let's go.
Yeah, he's like fucking 50 drinks in and like, you wanna fuck me? Okay, come on, fuck me. It's-
50
that-
drinks? Bro, 50 drinks, that's...
I
Can
mean-
you do...
It's a fucking it's
Ah, yeah, I get it.
fucking exaggeration, of course.
Uh-huh.
I mean, not like Larry can have 50 drinks.
Yeah, I mean
I can't
neither of
afford
you.
50 drinks.
Neither.
if I'm-
I mean,
If I'm paying for 50 drinks, that's like basically paying, like, that's too
forget
much.
about the money, okay? Someone gave you it for free, you couldn't, okay? Neither you
Yeah.
or Donkey, okay? After the first 2 drinks, you'll be like, TK, I am drunk. I can't.
I mean,
anyway.
I can't
Especially
drink.
me, I never drank alcohol, like any
Exactly.
alcohol.
That's why you won't be able to. Especially because it tastes so bad as well. Like, I'm not an alcohol guy either. Just because
Fuck
of the
you!
fucking taste.
He's the guy in Lanka, like, oh, I'm going to drink tonight. I want to get drunk tonight. Oh yeah, I want to get drunk. And prancing around the room, like holding this can of beer with an interaction. I want to get drunk tonight. I want to get fucked up.
Bro, that was fucking cider. I drank cider and soju because fucking alcohol is so like it tastes so shit.
Yeah, but cider doesn't do anything, right? Like, even though it has a bit of alcohol in it, right?
It does. If you drink like a few cans, it starts getting you tipsy.
That's all.
Uh-huh.
That's all. Tipsy.
Yeah.
Isn't cider good for, like, your
Bunch
you
up.
What?
digestion and such stuff?
I don't know
Ah.
what it's so good for. I just bought it to get drunk.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of that,
Mhm.
speaking of fucking cider.
Yeah.
So the other day I went out and I went to a store, okay? And
Oh, yeah? You went out? Damn.
Wow.
very rare, I know.
West
But-
store?
Uh-huh.
Damn. So you have to interact with people?
No, just buy things and get out. But I just went in there and I was like, I'll buy a drink. You know, I mean, it's been a while since I drank. And I went to the fridge section. I see a fucking pack of cider, like this 4-pack.
Mhm.
It was fucking cheap. It was 20 ringgit. And I was like, damn, they must be fucking having a sale or something. They're cheaper than what it used to be. Anyway, I'm like, hallelujah, let's buy it. I bought the 4-pack. I paid for it. And after
Mhm.
I went out of the store, I look at the label a bit closer. And it says non-alcoholic on the label. On the fucking cans and on the fucking packaging, it says new non-alcoholic apple cider. I'm like, bro, what? Why? Who drinks? Who drinks non-alcoholic cider?
God was like saved you from
Why do
sins.
you make this? Fuck.
Hey, for people like me who wants to feel, included.
Why? Why would you drink? No, like, okay, I'll show you the can. I have one still.
I can't see you.
You don't have to see me then. People
The
can.
fuck? TK just wants to show off that can. TK just wants to show
No,
Right.
Donkey, look at this. Okay, this is the
I can't see you, you're hung.
motherfuckers. You bunch of banchoed. Okay, you fucking Lan Chao.
All right,
You-
show it to the audience. Okay, show it to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
audience.
We will see it when the video is out. We will see it together with the audience.
Fucking hell. Yeah, I'll send a picture later. But yeah, this is the can. It's the Summersby apple cider, and everyone knows this can. Okay, people, this is the like go-to cider here in Malaysia. And I was like, I drink this all the time. It's okay. Let's get this. And here on the top, it says non-alcoholic. I'm like, bro, why? Why did you come out with this new product? Who asked for this, Summersby? Who the fuck asked?
People like me, I'm telling you.
Fuck you, okay? Why you need to drink fucking cider anyway?
You feel included, okay? It's like it's like, like a bunch of you are smoking and you be like, here, have a lollipop and feel a bit included. It's
What?
like that,
Bro,
you know?
what?
Yeah,
That-
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Larry. I want to stand with you, but that just went a little bit. You flagged out a cab and took the cab and ran with it, bro. I'm like, bro. What?
Excuse
Okay.
me?
For this example, I would okay. So
Who the
you
fuck
guys know
ever
that I'm a
offered
one.
you a lollipop?
Okay,
And if
I'll
you
tell
did,
you why.
why did you take it?
Let me speak, motherfucker. Okay. So, so in One Piece, like there's this character called Sanji who smokes all the time. And they made this kid version of One Piece, and showing smoking is not okay to kids. So they changed his smoking to a lollipop. And the author of One Piece found it really funny. So in some 800 chapter, he actually put a Sanji having a lollipop instead of a cigarette. And that's where the joke comes in. Like, if you can't have a cigarette, have a lollipop. It's a One Piece joke. Yeah.
Okay, but ain't nobody gonna offer you a fucking lollipop, dude.
I don't know. In the back alley, maybe they'll be like,
Yeah, in the back alley, be like, "Psst, psst, come here, kid. I got something
fucking
for
I'll
you."
take you to the
back
candy
alley.
shop.
The
Mhm.
back alley lollipops would be a different thing, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we smoked for years with this guy around, and we were never like, "Yo, bro, you wanna a lollipop? You kind of seem lonely out there. Take a lollipop."
No, I would get French fries, I think, and I would just and a drink, and I'll be like chilling with you guys with all that smoke. I think that would have been my ideal way of tackling it. I don't know.
Yeah, for some
It
weird
still
reason.
sounds weird. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's understandable. Like, I don't know. Why would you have to deal with it anyway? Did you get urge? Did you used to get the urge to like try it when we were smoking around you all the time?
Uh, no, but I think at different stages in my life,
Mhm.
I had the urge to smoke or to drink. One of the stupidest urge which I heard almost everybody had was when I watched Peaky Blinders. I had this
Bro.
overwhelming urge of smoking.
Well, yeah, because they make it look cool.
Yeah. But also like at other times I wanted to, but suppressed it somewhat. Even drinking as well.
Do you even smoke?
But yeah, I definitely felt
Wait,
that
Donkey.
I needed a
We
joint or
we
something.
we didn't hear you. What did you say?
No, I was asking,
Wait,
does do you even smoke?
no.
No,
Bro, what the fuck? How do you even fucking get an urge to smoke if you don't even smoke?
that's why I'm asking him.
Yeah. Okay. Like I think it's because like I was surrounded with people who smoke all the fucking time. around me, and I have had that secondhand smoking for years. Like ever since I think 7th grade, and even after coming to Canada, like I had roommates or stuff who I would hang out with, or even on college campus, who we would be in the smoking area and talking or gossiping and stuff. And so I have been in and around that smoke a lot.
Yeah, we like since 8th grade we all smoke. Like everyone in the group smoked
Kids don't
besides him.
do that. Yeah, like disclaimer, don't smoke. But yeah, we used to because we lived in a third world country. You can get by anything.
What
I
the
mean,
fuck?
not we, like everyone except you, basically. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's kind of understandable, especially like if some shit is going on in your life, you might be like, oh fuck, I really want a smoke right now. Like all these guys smoke. Maybe it'll make me feel better or something. You could get the urge to do that.
not only that. Okay, so like I don't know about you, but at times you just wanna do something, right? And that is like, I got nothing to do. I wish I had a smoke. You know, it's not that, man. It's not that.
You don't have a smoke?
Yeah, but
Have a lollipop, maybe.
Lollipop? Yeah, it has a round head too, you know. Just that there's no center.
Yeah, but yeah, I get it.
seems
I
like
mean,
you know an awful lot about lollipop and not the thing that you need to know.
What?
wow, what a comeback.
Yeah, like you realize that I look like a girl, but I'm a guy, right?
Yeah, I know. Do you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I've experience with lollipops. Remember?
What do you
What
mean remember? What do you mean remember?
He's talking about last night when you sucked you off.
The last time we met and I offered you a lollipop, do you remember? In the back alley.
That all-nighter I pulled with the Gog 360. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
remember that.
You have to use an oxygen mask, afterwards. Oh fuck. Yeah, but I remember when I first started smoking,
Mhm.
it was like exactly around the end of 8th grade. And I remember there was like a big fucking board exam we had to take in 8th grade.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was so fucking stressed out over that shit. Because of, from my home. It was very stressful getting pressure all the time. And my other two good friends, like basically there was like 5 of us in the group, like a small knit close group. Larry being the only other one who didn't smoke. So Larry didn't used to go out much during that time. It was me and our other 2 friends, and those two used to smoke. So I remember going out with them one day, this stressful situation, exams up ahead, and I see them smoking, and I see them smoking every day, and I'm like, fuck this shit, man. I want to smoke. Okay, give me something. Okay, I just need something. And then I take from them, and the first time it was like, oh fuck, this thing is disgusting. What? Like, why do you guys do this? And yeah, I found it fucking disgusting. I found it bad. But, you know, you do it a second time and a third time. And then eventually, even if it is fucking disgusting, the nicotine gets its hooks in you and you can't stop smoking.
So I was like, I like this story. I like samurais, and I've heard good things about it. I read a bit of Vagabond. You know what? I'm into the samurai stuff now. So let me get another taste of samurai.
Wait, what do you think about Vagabond? Is it good?
Well, I read only like the first 35 chapters, and I heard that
It's
it
still
gets,
ongoing, right?
yeah. Like they haven't published anything within a year, I think. I don't know. I'm not caught up to it that much. Well, from what I read from the first 35 chapters, it's pretty good, but it really gets good like after a few more chapters. So I think like around 70-ish. I'm not sure. So there's this villain that comes in who is like invincible, and that's where the story gets good. And I haven't gotten to that part yet. But I stopped because there was this love angle or something, a little hint of it, and I was like, I just got out of breakup and I don't want to deal with shit. So I dropped it for my selfish reason, but of what I've read, I'm glad that it was the first manga that I read because it's pretty fucking good and it looks so fucking good that I'm like kinda I don't even want it to be an anime adaptation because I don't think so no one will be able to capture that essence.
They'll probably
Like
mess it up like Berserk, you know?
yeah, it's more like, like the manga Blame. It's so pretty that you want to have a physical copy of it. Like you want to own it just to
Like
have
it's
this
like
art.
CD.
Yeah, because like no matter how many times you see it digital, it doesn't do justice. Like the artwork is too beautiful, and when you combine that with awesome dialogues. So there's this one dialogue in Vagabond that's pretty fucking famous. It's like all over Twitter and TikTok, I guess. If you are into that space, you have seen it. It's like you're focusing on a leaf, but if you take a step back, you will be able to see the full tree. And by realizing that the tree, one day you will see the forest. And what you need to do, Musashi, is you need to see things in its entirety. Something along the lines of this, and it's said in a lot of poetic way and a beautiful way rather than how I butchered it. But there are like a lot of sayings like these which makes the reader pause. Like it legitimately made me pause for a second. I'm like, yeah, we don't do that. Even though if we acknowledge that, we don't do that.
Hmm.
And another thing that it makes people realize about dreams is how vague our dreams can be at times and how poisonous it is. And it's something that I relate heavily because if you don't have like for you to move in life and move forward in life, you need something, a goal, right? But what if your goal is flawed? What happens then? Even if you achieve it, you achieve a flawed goal. How do you know? And that's the thing that happens with Musashi. I'm butchering his name every time. Like the main character, the protagonist, like, and his best friend's life gets ruined because of some actions he took, and some were selfish, some were luck. But he went down a path which has no return, and we see these two people. One is ambitious and one was afraid and didn't had an ambition, and one's lives got ruined and one doesn't know where he's going. And it's the journey that makes you learn a lot more rather than the fights. So the fights are like a pathway, but the acknowledgement and the learning of oneself and what you want is like one simple example I can give you is like in the beginning of the series, the protagonist always wants to fight the strongest man because he wants to be the strongest man. And then later on in his life, when he somewhat becomes the strongest man in the area and acknowledged by people, he doesn't want to fight anymore because he realizes it's tedious to take life. Just to have a proclaim, oh, I'm the strongest. Like, what does that even mean? It doesn't mean anything. So he would rather spare lives or rather not fight. And the way he does it, he creates a circle and he says, please don't step in it because you don't want to be the strongest man. It's not worth dying for. But people don't listen and people still come, and it's a whole thing. It's pretty, it's beautiful, it's psychological. It's like the opposite of of any other thing, because the whole point of it is like going into the next arc and having the fight scenes. But in Vagabond, you look when that fight stops and what that has taught him. And through him, it feels like you get something in return as well, which is beautiful.
I know what you're talking about. This exact thing. The whole... It's so good that you don't want to see it animated. Okay, I can fucking relate with that 100%. You know, I fucking read this hentai manga, okay? And it was so fucking good, okay? The art was great, okay? I'm telling you, great. And then a month later or so, I go on to a hentai. I go on and I see this manga got an anime adaptation, okay? They made it into an anime. This hentai. And I'm like, okay, it was so good. Let me see what they did. And bro, I'm telling you, the moment I clicked play on that shit, my dick has never been softer. Cause they butchered my guy, okay? They butchered it. It was so good. It was so good. Why do you have to animate it so shit? Why do you have to ruin a masterpiece? You know?
So
Just like Vagabond.
Larry spent like the past 20 minutes like on something so serious and serene, and all that built up just to be like, yeah, watch this hentai.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it
My
took.
man goes,
That's all it fucking took. It's like, Larry put everyone into this mind frame of like, how sentimental like things can be, and we're like, true. And this guy, this puncher with his hair. Yeah, I can relate to what you're saying. There's this hentai that I read, and the one animation and adaptation. What the fuck, man? Like, bruh.
I mean, bro, you gotta relate how you gotta relate, okay? Everyone is gonna relate in a different way, and my way is the hentai way, okay?
Literally, in both sense. Literally the hentai way. Fuck was that all about? Like, the fuck, man?
You'll never understand the pain, Donkey, when you read a masterpiece like that and it gets butchered. The animation is like none. Basically, it's just fucking 2 frames per second, okay? Just 2 fucking static frames moving around per second. Okay, you don't know how that feels like.
Yes, I don't think I want to know too, TK. I am
Let me
pretty
tell
sure
you,
that
you guys watched that anime, The Way of the House Husband, on Netflix?
no, I deliberately didn't because like, what the fuck?
Okay, you
I
guys
thought
didn't
it's
watch
a
it.
gag anime. I wasn't into that.
It is like a comedy gag anime.
Yeah,
The Yakuza becomes a housewife or something.
yeah, I know.
But if any of you guys, like anyone listening, has seen that show, and I know a lot have seen it because it got pretty popular. Like the animation in that show is basically you can't speak of it. There's none to speak of. It's basically just like drawn panels. Like
Mhm.
they took the literal manga panels, colored it, and they just put it next side by side. And they just transition from one to the other. There's like no fucking animation in there to speak of.
Uh-huh.
And so they did a similar thing with the hentai I'm talking about. But instead, the art is much worse now somehow because they didn't take the original art. They had someone else draw their version of the original art. So yeah, I would have preferred it if they did it the other way.
Bro,
Okay, were you
I
playing the mic?
What?
Were you playing with the mic?
yeah,
Uh,
are you playing yourself?
I
While
wasn't playing with the mic. It might have touched something when I was talking. I don't know.
that's what she said. Anyway,
Larry! Wow!
bro, I was listening to this podcast yesterday while working, of Trash Taste, and there was this guy from Studio Orange who said that Frieren was in development for 5 years, the remake.
Oh, I've seen that episode.
Yeah, for 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Like
understandable.
that got me like, oh, I gotta watch the anime now. Like,
I
what
I
the
haven't
fuck?
watched the new Trigun yet. Haven't even watched the old one. So
Yeah, me neither. Like, but that got me like 5 years. And it's fascinating because, like Gigak always says that 3 episode rule. And then from Studio Orange confirms that they do the same thing. Like, they make the first 3 episodes, and that's the scaling. So however good the first 3 episodes is, that's how good the rest of the series is going to be. So it's not only a anime culture thing, but it's actually the industry standard as well. So if you see
I
the
mean,
first 3 episodes and if you like what you see, then you're gonna get more of that.
yeah, it's pretty obvious actually because whenever a new anime comes out, I always notice that the first episode especially, and maybe the first 3 episodes, they put a lot of animation into it. Okay, they make a really like dynamic, fluid animation and stuff. But after those initial episodes, they stopped doing that. There's like they lowered the animation by a lot. There's not as much moving scenes or action or fluid animation. So yeah, it makes sense they push heavily the first 2 or 3 episodes to get people hooked into it, and then they save their animation budget or whatever until like the very end of the season, where they have a big finale and do more animation stuff.
Yeah, also like on that episode I got to learn like each episode takes about 2 months or a month at least to make, and that's just fucking crazy to me.
Oh yeah, it does. Like I've watched this anime. It was called Shirobako. Yeah, they even talked about it on that episode. But Shirobako is basically an anime about anime. It's about the whole process of making anime and like how it starts, the whole process, how it gets to the end. So it's like a 24 episode anime. Is very good. Like it's very informative because it shows you the ins and outs of the industry, everything that goes into making an anime, all the from the different sides of like from the animators to the voice actors to the producers, directors, everything. It's a really good show.
Okay, the mic thing is getting a bit overbearing. Like every time you talk, it's like that.
Like that.
Really? Okay, what about
Just-
now?
Is it
Is it still the same
better?
or different?
No, better.
Okay, I guess I just won't move around then.
Yeah, please don't.
Fuck
Don't
Larry.
don't move a mess.
Oh, you like it that way.
That's what you would like, wouldn't you?
I don't know about that, boss. It's
Wait,
I,
speaking
I,
of that, speaking
yeah.
of anime, oh, you should watch Vinland Saga. The
Bro, oh my god! I was about to say, have you seen season 2 of Vinland Saga? What the fuck? I've been thinking about this for 5 minutes. How to bring the topic of Vinland saga in this conversation. Fuck.
Wait, is it over? Is season 2 already over?
I don't think so. I think there's like 3 or 4 episodes remaining, I think.
Yeah, last time I saw it was like until episode 16 or something. I don't remember, but yeah, there were still a few episodes left. But yeah, season 2 has been pretty good.
It's good. Yeah, I like it better. Like the character development and like it's like Attack on seasons.
It's the
Yeah,
pacifist season. It's like
yeah.
we
It's
did enough killing. Okay, now there's no more killing. Now we don't kill anymore. It's a
Yeah.
bad thing, and we have to learn that. And we just farm, and we just fucking, we just cut wood, break trees.
yeah. Basically, it kind of made me feel like the shift in Attack on Titan season 4, like all on a sudden, like what the fuck, sort of thing. Like for the first few episodes, you're like trying to figure out, is it the same anime that I watched the last 3 seasons of? Like what's happening? It made me feel like that in the first few episodes, but I actually really liked it because the senseless killing got up to him, and like not being able to avenge his father after all that he went through and all the years of training and all that. The one thing I hate is people put Askeladd as his father figure, and that fucking makes me mad. Like, even though that guy did some good to him, but there's no way, you know, like our protagonist should see Askeladd as a father figure.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
th-
he does though. Like he has nothing, no one else, because Askeladd was there the whole time. Like he grew up with him basically on the battlefield and all that shit. It was like a fucking toxic father, more like, you know? His real father died. Spoilers
yeah,
for Vinland Saga. But
but I don't think so. Was that what the author was trying to portray though? Because the whole reason of his anger and of his staying with Askeladd and all that was a rage inside him that wanted to kill Askeladd with honor, even though Askeladd is a man of no honor. But because of his father's teaching, or because of the way of the Vikings, he wanted to kill Askeladd with honor and in a duel rather than assassination and all that. And he put up with so much senseless killing and so much whatever, just so he can kill Askeladd with honor. And even though Askeladd tried to help him and blah blah blah, Askeladd used him as bait in a lot of scenarios in which him coming alive was basically impossible, or the odds were against him. But he did overcome and kept on living for the duel. I don't know what the author meant, and the way the fan base perceive, even you, right? You think Askeladd is some sort of a father figure to him, regardless of it has become. But for me, maybe it's just a me thing, but I can't, like, I feel like that's not what the author was trying to portray.
I don't know, man. Like he still dreams about Askeladd. He's still like is obsessed. Like he still can't get over that, you know. And like he even sees him down in hell, waiting for him.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, like either he likes it or not. He was the de facto father figure, someone like who was there for him, or the only person he had. Like his goal basically was Askeladd, was to kill him, right? So yeah, and he did learn things from Escalade, you know? Like his fighting style and everything, he learned it fighting Escalade. Right.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to carry a big fucking sword like his dad, but he was too tiny to do that. So he learned the fucking knife style.
Dagger, I think. Dagger
Yeah.
sounds cool. Knife never sounds cool.
Okay. Wait, Donkey, have you watched Vinland Saga?
I know it's animation, but I didn't watch it.
Hmm.
Oh, you definitely should. Like, highly
Yeah.
recommend it.
My ex liked it a lot, so
Like,
uh,
the one thing to appreciate about it is it's different from most animes, and it's not in Japan for one change. And I like when Thorfinn asked, "Is this Valhalla?" For some reason, that one question felt like it has a lot of depth in it. I don't know why.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, is this what everyone is fighting for?
Like, to go here, like this is
And
the
to keep fighting?
destination.
Yeah.
Because every time they say Valhalla, Valhalla is like a heaven to them where there's
it's like
bitches
a
and
concept.
wine.
It's like
You
a
know,
concept to them, and when it becomes reality, they're like, "Oh, is this it?"
yeah. That one line felt like it hit home. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's a lot of shit in that anime, and it's only gonna get deeper, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, Unfortunately, I think season 2 is gonna end on some kind of a like cliffhanger. We won't get to the main meat of it in this season yet.
Oh, I've seen like 15 episodes of season 2 because that's all that was released. And then I just went straight into like a spoiler video and to know what happened next.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Larry,
it's something Attack on Titans taught me. It's not worth the wait. Okay.
Larry,
Yeah.
this shit. Okay, does watching spoilers spoil the whole thing for you?
Bro, that's how I used to think, but I don't have the patience now to wait 2
Like,
years
okay,
and
wait,
and then go on years and years of waiting. It's just too
sidetrack,
much. Too
side-
much.
sidetrack a bit. Okay, this topic. Why I'm asking is because this panchot called TK. I told
Yeah.
him that I'm the kind of guy that reads a book at the start, the introduction, at the ending of it, and then proceed to read the book by itself. Because I enjoy the process of the book, but he found it very weird that I do that.
You
So I
read the ending.
yeah, like it doesn't spoil anything. Like I like the whole process of it. Like it doesn't matter if the ending is spoiled. Like I like to know how the story progressed to that state, and it makes me think. So
Yeah, but
Larry,
if it's a criminal thing, right? If it's a like who was the killer and you just flipped in at the end and you're like, oh, Vincent was the killer. So then the whole book is ruined, right? I mean, I get that in some stories you can know the ending and it's okay. Like, oh, Naruto became Hokage. Oh, wow, nobody saw that coming. Like, let me read that. Like, it's okay. But if you're reading, like, I don't know, Monster or some shit, right? Like, where you have to. So then that defeats the purpose if you know the ending.
Yeah, like if it's like a criminal, like a crime book or a mystery or like a
Mm.
horror, if you read the end of it first, wouldn't you like? I don't get it. Like, what's the point?
yeah, I like the process of it. So it doesn't really matter the ending. Like ultimately, none of the plots are like original anymore. Like you more or less will understand. Like but the thing is, there are plot twists in between like stories that you'll never see it coming. So even if you read the ending, the plot twist is so good that you don't even see it, even when you know the ending. Then that's really good.
Yeah.
Well, if
I mean, I do understand somewhat of Donkey's perspective. like I do, and it's a different way of seeing the story. So like through his own lens, I would say, like he creates his own perception of how the story unfolds rather than how the author intended to. Even so, that doesn't make the story any less, good or any less bad by any means. It's just his way of going through the journey.
Yeah, he's quirky like that. He's different like that.
How I say, I'm quirky, huh?
Bro,
That's quirk.
you should have put your painting in a way so that we can see you paint, like so the
I
viewers could as well.
I can't because this is a paid painting that is for an album that I'm working on with I'm working this artwork for this band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not released yet, and yeah.
Mm. Oh wait, before I forget, I wanted to ask Donkey, how did you get into smoking in the first place?
I came from an era where nobody gave a fuck.
Wait,
Yeah.
so what? So you saw everyone else smoking and you were just like, I want to try it?
No, we just hang out and like smoke. Oh, okay.
Okay, so you didn't. Nobody saw it as like a bad thing or anything.
No, like TK, you hung out with me a lot of times to know that a lot of things that happen in my life comes in a very casual manner.
Yeah, well, I assumed that's how it was. I just wanted to ask you if there was any story behind it.
Bro, I was pissed when TK actually smoked because I was like, oh, betrayal. We were supposed to be the ones who don't smoke. And my
Oh!
boy just betrayed.
Oh, the betrayal!
Yeah.
You fucking
And like,
gatekeeper.
and my friends had a at that time, expensive cigarette, and they finished the expensive good cigarette, and that's when TK was like, you know what? I want to smoke. And then he smoked the crappier cigarette that was available.
What are you
That
talking
made
about?
me, yeah, they had a black cigarette, which
Bro,
had a,
those things aren't good. Like they're just novelty. It's like, okay, you know those special kind of cigarettes they bring out sometimes, black colored or something that tastes a little sweet. It's
Oh,
supposed to be
that's
like
so
candy.
bad.
Yeah, it's not like it's not the good shit. Like it's just the different, something different. Like
Just
you know,
marketing.
yeah, it's just marketing. That's not good shit.
okay.
That was
Like
so bad.
at the time, I thought that was a good shit. Like,
That was so
because
bad.
Yeah, no.
because they would like buy it rarely on a special day, and for some reason that was a special day or something. I got there like an hour late, and I got to know that Shift lost his cigarette virginity and all, and I was heartbroken. I'm like, no, no, you couldn't. Don't tell me you did that.
What the fuck, Larry? What the fuck was that?
I popped my lollipop cherry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I I I took the forbidden lollipop.
No, that meant from that day on, I was the odd one out who didn't smoke. Before that, we have friends who don't smoke. It's all good. And from that day on, I became the odd one out who,
You realized that you were the only banchod left.
yeah.
That's so
But
smart.
hey, now none of us smoke. So isn't that a happy ending?
What do you mean none of us smoke? Like, you lot smoke vape,
No,
is this thing.
Donkey doesn't smoke at all, and I just do vape.
Uh-huh. So, vaping is not smoking?
Yeah,
Bruh. Okay.
it's literally not. It's a different thing
It's
altogether.
literally not. Okay. So smoke doesn't come out of your mouth or your nose or something. Shit.
Comes out from ass.
Yeah, that's where it comes out from now.
Like,
when I go into the toilet, there's fucking smoke screen in the bathroom because all the smoke coming out from underneath the, door. Yeah.
oh, fuck.
Wait, was there something else? Oh, fucking. The other day I went on TikTok because it's my work now. I have to be on TikTok. So yeah. And I saw this fucking stand-up comic, this like Malaysian stand-up comic, this Saitama looking guy with a bald head. I saw one of his fucking stand-up clips, and I was fucking hilarious. I sent it to you guys in the server. You should check it out.
All right, okay.
It was like, you know when you have a fight with your girlfriend, like, she's not alone, right? Like, she's not. The male species is like, it was something like there's always 5 to 6 guys ready in her Instagram DMs to pounce at any moment. It's like a fucking Discovery Channel. The male species is watching in wait for the perfect time to strike, waiting for the prey to be at his weakest moment. And then when the girl posts something on her fucking story with a black screen or something like, oh, men are trash. Oh, I don't feel so good. The men are ready to pounce. Oh, are you okay? Do you need someone to talk to? Like, I am here for you if you need. Like,
Oh, damn.
the way he fucking says it, the accent makes it even funnier. And yeah, I checked out some other clips of his. Yeah, he's a pretty funny guy.
I will definitely. I like stand-up comedy a lot for some reason. Like if it's a good special of an hour, I find it really entertaining for some reason.
Yeah.
Like I think I recommended you the Hassan Min Netflix special stand-up as well. I think I did a few months ago or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
I saw.
All right,
that
does it for us.
Stand-up comics back in the day.
Don't you say bye.
All the funny ones.
You
Mwah.
bitch it. Just like look them in the eye and tell them to subscribe. Like tell them. Like fucking hypnotize them and make them subscribe.
Yeah. Yamete kudasai.
Ara ara.
Ara.
Please touch me, kudasai.
What the?
All right. Before we offend a lot of people, I think it's time to end this show.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for joining us on this anime heavy episode, I guess, of the Kok Podcast. And yeah, that's been it. See you guys next
Bye.
time. Peace.